Emerson, Lake and Palmer, brain salad surgery, right now on States and Kingdoms.
Jenna, where would classic rock radio have been, at least in the 90s, without Karn Evil 9, First Impression Part 2?
I often ask myself that very question, Sean.
Where would it have been? I'll tell you where it would have been. It would have been in a corner, sobbing, listening to Comfortably Numb over and over again. That's where it would have been.
So yeah, that's the first Emerson, Lake and Palmer song I ever heard. And it was on the radio. And it was in the 90s. And I love this album. I got it, and it's one of the earlier classic rock bands that I got into.
It's the first prog band.
It's my first prog band. Mm-hmm. I guess you could say that.
Well, that must be for a lot of people. I mean, they were so successful, and
I never even really thought about it. But, yeah. Yeah.
That's fantastic. What a breakthrough.
What a breakthrough. You just blew my mind.
I always really loved that song. I mean, every time you hear that come on the radio, I don't know, it's
really
fun.
exciting.
You know you're in for you're in for a good time.
You're in for a good time.
But there's a lot more on this album than just, well, not a lot
30
more.
minutes.
There's not a lot more. There's a little more than
There's
just Karn Evil 9.
Yeah.
The thing that strikes me about them, the whole album, and not just this album, because I mean we listened to this on a loop, and I also listened to the first album, which I really do like a lot. I didn't want to listen to anything else because it's just going to confuse me, and it's confusing enough
mush.
as it is. Like, Tarkus.
ELP mush.
Yeah. But they're so aggressive. The playing is so frenetic on this, and it's one thing that I really appreciate, because the worst thing, and I'll use the word, but the worst thing music can do really is be boring.
Yeah.
And
this isn't.
I don't think it's possible for them ever to be, because it's just too fast. And there's like too many knives being thrown and stuff. It's like there's no time to be boring.
The organ rape and knife throwing show.
It's really exciting. It's really exciting.
It's so energetic.
Remember, it's organ and I mean, this is very Mogi. I mean, very much so. But very seldom is someone playing an organ that exciting. Mm-hmm. It's just,
Yeah, even if you're not watching a live performance, it comes through. It's on
the recording. And so, all right, this opens with their version of Jerusalem, which would be like
us doing like God Bless America.
I was gonna say it's like if Captain Beefheart had done America the Beautiful or something.
Okay, yeah.
Even though, of course, the closest thing would probably be Jimi Hendrix doing Star Spangled Banner.
True, that works. Yeah.
Because that annoyed people the same way this annoyed people.
Everyone's a critic.
Anyway, I like it, and it gives the album a real tone. I'm not even sure what it is.
And no, at once it feels very British and very solemn and unique. I don't know. It's just very interesting.
Well, what's interesting is it does kind of set, I would say, a kind of apocalyptic tone for the album, which Karn Evil 9 does have as a story, as a, And then Toccata, which is very, very furious and ominous sounding. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Mm-hmm. I love this. And it's a classical piece done, I think, as well as you can do it in this, as a rock band, if you want to call it, just say as a rock band.
Yeah.
Just really, just attacking that.
Yeah, to just go back to Jerusalem really fast, I love that song.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful song. So just that song in itself with
William
that
Blake.
melody, yeah. What?
William
what do
Blake. You missed it.
I know, I messed it up. Sorry. I messed up the quote.
Well, I was just talking about Toccata.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
It's just, it's loud and abrasive and beautiful and it's really, really good. This is really
There's
really
so
good.
much to
Toccata.
love here. I was actually surprised that Emerson, Lake and Palmer rubbed some people the wrong way, or it's misunderstood.
Well, a lot of people love. I mean, I'm not sure why exactly. And of course, a lot of people still love Emerson, Lake and Palmer and this album, and they were
and when
very
they turn
popular
into the
then.
Bee Gees,
Well, yeah,
I like their Bee Gees
love,
album.
the Love Beach open shirt look. Yeah. Well, anyway, but I think okay. So still, you turn me on,
Yeah,
which is
beautiful.
I think it is. It's great. It's a great song. It's got a nice dynamic. Greg Lake had a great voice. I mean,
Yeah.
I've always been a fan of the first King Crimson record. Big
Yeah, he's a
fan
great
of that.
vocalist. I think he's awesome.
You know, I really like his voice.
And I love the guitar. The wah just like comes in. I mean, it's like the signature of this song.
Yeah.
It really adds so much, and it just sounds. It's so simple.
Yeah,
But it sounds so cool.
Yeah, the way it punctuates the vocals. Yeah, I like it a lot. And
Because otherwise, somewhat quiet song.
I mean, obviously, the next song after that would be why some people have a little bit of an issue.
Benny and the Jets. I think it's keeping it light.
It is.
There's nothing wrong with adding a song in to what otherwise is a... Yeah, no. I know you know. What's otherwise a pretty kind of sober album.
A sober fellow.
Yeah. To add in a little levity, there's nothing wrong with that. And also...
Yes.
And also... This album just always felt very British to me, in like a real English way, where like Jerusalem and this song, which is a little bit like, how's he falda?
Okay. Well.
Hello.
I was gonna say the Benny the Bouncer. Do we even say the title?
I said it.
Okay.
And I said Benny and the Jets.
I know. The thing it does for me is actually it just gives you another musical style. I mean, no matter what he's singing about, or if it's supposed to be funny, it's the lyrics are, not exactly funny, I suppose. Kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, people getting like sliced up and stuff is, I guess, kind of funny. It's kind of funny. But
Shing.
The shift in style is, I think, really interesting right before their 30-minute opus
Monstrosity.
Begins, because that is ultimately kind of the point.
That's what you're here for.
And I think it's very effective. I think it works well. And if you listen to it, I listen to this a ton, and really we're gonna have to move on now and listen to something else a billion times.
No.
But I really enjoyed listening to this a billion times.
Me too.
Benny the Bouncer.
Well, it's true.
It doesn't get. It gets better. I mean, it gets better. I understand the flow of the album better just listening to it a million times in a row.
And I knew it really well already, and listening to it
of course.
repeatedly just now. I still love it just as much.
But I perfectly understand. I mean, when you hear the album for the first time, Benny the Bouncer really is like, what?
I guess it sticks out, but
sounds like something that left off of Quadrophenia,
that Keith would sing.
Yeah. Okay.
Karn Evil number -5.
This is hard to talk about. A 30-minute.
Well, let's break it up. Let's talk about the first part. So in my head, there's the opening one, the radio one, and the computer one.
Well, what about the piano one in the middle?
That's part of the computer one.
So what this all means?
It means that this damn thing doesn't work at all.
This whole thing, about machines and humans, and I mean, the scope of this song is fairly wide, and you don't really get characters until at the end you sort of have humanity and the machines who sound like Daleks. The first impression, part 1 and 2, are very similar. There's a lot, they're developing a theme. The one thing that I will say, confidently here, coherently, is on the record, the two parts being, ending side one and the other beginning side two, is
Wow, what a difference.
It's still kind of jarring, but now the "Welcome My Friends" thing makes more sense. It's definitely it works on the record.
Because I surely listened to this on CD first, so it was just one straight continuous. I mean, there's no break on the CD. It
I don't
just
remember
flows
if the
right
CD,
into it.
if it fades out and then just fades back in, or if it doesn't.
I really don't remember it fading at all. I remember it just.
So they don't
going,
do because they don't do.
Welcome back. But having the break of the having to flip, it actually, well done, guys. It works.
It does work. It does. That little rest works. Why, I don't know, but it does.
It does. It really does. And of course it's so hard to talk about because it's not simple musically, and there's a lot going on, and it's just so cool, and it's so complex. I just love it. The melodies, everything, it works so perfectly together, and it's exciting, and it shifts and
the first
really
two parts,
flows into the different movements.
The second impression we both actually really like, which is just an instrumental.
Yeah.
A lot of
beautiful piano work. It's really lovely.
But again, very dynamic. There's a lot of intensity to the way Keith Emerson approaches everything.
It sounds like
and still obviously connected to
the
themes of the first.
Xylophone. Right? Like super intense.
Yeah, the first part.
Is that all still in the first part?
I would imagine that xylophone
the second impression
is a Moog.
I know.
But yeah.
It's aggressive sounding though. It's really...
Yeah, it is.
But also a little tropical.
Yeah. This album, the Moog, is all over. Not just one. There's a lot of great synth sounds on this album. Really great. So, yeah. And then the third impression begins, and it sounds like martial sounds, like horn, battle sounds. To me, that's what it sounds like, and I suppose that was intentional.
It almost harkens back to
I would imagine
Jerusalem a little bit in tone.
It does. There are it does. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, you listen to stuff like this, and I just think, wow, these guys are really good.
It's really good.
These guys are really good.
And I actually, it gets the last point. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
It gets a little noisy, and the more digital sounds, the computer sounds come in, and it gets a little crazy and a little weird. It's not always beautiful sounding.
No, the third impression.
Yes.
Is the most dramatic.
It's very dramatic.
In a lot of ways. I feel like they're really telling this story with, musically and then lyrically. Whatever it is that actually happens at the end, I don't think it's good.
I don't think it's good either.
I think,
How?
Dave. I'm scared, Dave. So, yeah. It's a good, interesting, I mean, of course, that's one of the things about, prog, or I'll say progressive rock, being able to write these songs about different subject matter, which, of course, Genesis is a perfect example of that. I mean, their songs are almost never about what you think they're about.
No, they're about crazy stuff and jelly beans and...
Follow You, Follow Me is about cannibalism. And, I didn't know that. Karn Evil 9 is one of the most impressive achievements, for any rock band of the 60s or 70s.
It never gets old.
No, it holds together
it's
incredibly well.
It's always interesting. I always hear something new, even upon the millionth listen. I love this album.
And the virtuosity of the three of them is extraordinary.
Yeah.
Keith Emerson makes, always did, no matter whatever he was doing, makes, organ exciting. And the organs themselves were very scared.
I thought you were going to say the organ had a great time too. I think it's aces.
Yeah, it's good. It is really good.
It's really good. The cover is interesting.
I never liked the cover.
I know.
I don't really like any of their covers.
It's just pretty.
It's just the way it is. Although Trilogy has to be like
It's more offensive.
the worst.
That three-headed monster.
Yeah.
Naked monster.
Three-headed naked monster. That was the original title.
Well, there you go, folks. I hope you enjoyed our brief review of Brain Salad Surgery. Let us know what you think in the comments below about ELP. And please make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And please make sure to stick around for more videos coming out Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays here at States and Kingdoms. So see you next time.